Welcome back to the aura cleansing. Today we'll do a different aura cleansing. Okay? Something similar to what we did for crystals, only you're changing the prop, you can say. Yeah. So here this is one of my favorite and very easy to use technique, and of course from the name you might have already guessed it, combing aura cleansing. So we'll be using a comb as a cleanser for your aura. So what here you have to do is you have to imagine a comb, you have it, or you can even use any of your real comb also if you want. Or as I told you, you get crystals in the shape of comb also, like it was there for knife, for cutting cord, you get in the shape of comb also. So you can buy the selenite or black tourmaline or clear quartz crystal in that shape. Okay. So now what you're doing is you're imagining you're holding a comb in your hand, okay, and you're combing your whole aura. You're clearing all the stuck curls and clearing it, like how when you comb you clear your hair, like whatever is there. So that way you're clearing it, and you're straightening them as you do for your hair. How you do it, like I'll comb my hair, I will do it all around myself, clear this, cut that. So that way we will do it for our aura. Okay. And that we are starting from the bottom of your head. Okay. Sorry, from the top of your head until your bottom of your leg, in front, back, sides, all over. Okay. Like you're imagining a comb. Okay. Doing it this way, going to now. And doing it this way, going to now. So that way you're continuously doing it. Like you're combing, like you're combing your hair. And always make sure that when you're doing it, it's just little above when you do it. So you're combing and going to the ground level, combing and going to the ground, and combing and going to the ground. So you're clearing all your, imagine your aura is like your hair. Okay. So you're clearing the curls also. If you feel anywhere stuck, get that curls clear. Do that. Comb it. Comb everything. Comb everything. So that way you can do it. And with this, I have seen people, many of the people immediately feel that freeness in them. They have a light feeling it gives. Like, of course, it depends from person to person, the feeling goes in. But yeah, I do feel, and I have seen many people feeling very good release with this technique. So go ahead and try this technique. Yeah. Welcome back to Aura Cleansing. Today I'll talk about different exercise type of forms which can be helpful for aura cleansing. These are different healing methods which many different people use. That is called as Tai Chi and Queen Kong. And there is one more now come up which is Feng Fa. Feng Fu, I think it's being pronounced. So what all these exercises have, they have a very slow movement exercises. So these are the movements similar to some of the exercises we heard in the previous lectures. So the style is different, the moves are different, and they have their specific counts and ways to do it. So it one this way, and then moving other hand or like this way, and then moving this way, and this way, and then bringing it this way, and then taking it up, bringing it down. So that is a different technique, you know, movements of your hands and legs, and very slowly you take it. So this is like someone who prefers slow type of exercise. This is also very good, interesting, or you have difficulties in your movement. So you can use these as your techniques, which are very simple and very slow to use it. So you can use this. Of course, I don't have I have less of knowledge about these exercises, but I know they are helpful. They are available, so you can learn them and do it. And and they really explain very nicely about each movement. What does it mean? And they are connected to many different emotions. So it's a very, very beautiful techniques and exercises. You can even learn those things and you can try. Yeah. Welcome back to our cleanse. Now we'll talk about flying aura cleansing. I think now you might have understood also what I'm going to speak about, by the way, if you have gone through all the lectures of before. Okay. How I might be talking about something related to flying. Because like we did in the swimming exercises, we did swimming. Okay. So here we'll be doing is flying. So flying is also similar to it. Like, swimming like was in water. Okay, swimming we were doing in water. Okay. So flying is in movement in air. Like, you're moving in air. Like, that was in water. So your movement is in air now. Okay. So here you have to imagine like yourself as a bird who has huge wings. Okay. Which you can move in any moment, big wings which you can move it in any moment and start flying. Make flying movements, like how you can imagine your wings. If you had the wings, how would you fly? So imagine those flying movements, like flying. So that way, you imagine all the flying movements with different waves of air movements. Like if the air is fast, how would you move it? Imagine the birds how they're moving, and imagine yourself having the wings of the birds, and how would you move it? So that way, so always make, if you want to be very fun and creative, you can be it in any way. So that's what I keep telling in all my courses. Okay, you have understood the basic, then there is like, no looking back. You can add in your creativity to it. So like we did for swimming, here we had water, here you have air, you have open sky to move around, open your wings and start flying. So those who love birds, those who love flying, those who love planes, you can do this as your aura cleansing techniques. So start with your movements, like the birds. You can even have small wings if you love small wings. That way, but if you're big, too big. Whatever you are like, or you want to have wavy wings. Okay, I'm having these type of wings. I'm moving this way. So whichever movement of wings you like it, you love it, do that. Okay, but fly. So make flying also an aura cleansing technique. So this is also very fun loving and enjoyable technique which you can use for your aura cleansing. Yeah. So fly high. Welcome. So today we'll understand dusting of aura cleansing. Okay. What do I mean by dusting? Dusting is like uh, removing unwanted energies. Okay. These are the energies which are stayed off by others. Maybe on your sofa, your floor, your bed, or anything else also it could be. So dusting them off will get off them, because when a person, have different auras, everyone has some of the other, like, issues. So when they come here, sit on your sofa, they're talking to you, they're communicating different things, and so they're leaving their aura imprints over here on your sofa, and they're going. So, and when then you sit on those areas, like, you take over those into your aura. Okay. Because these auras are very subtle energies. So, with these simple moments also they get affected. Okay. So you can do the dusting daily, once a week, like, or when you're having a party, when you have many different people coming in with different moods, with different intentions they have. So after the party is over, ensure that you dust all those energies. Okay. So, and whenever, like, karke, if there is a person we have communicated for a longer time, So that way, you can, remove those things with those dusting process. So you can do it with your hand, like, just clearing those dust of this area, or you can tap in it, or how we do a regular dusting, that is like, it's actually cleansing our areas of the, because that also takes into our aura. So we need to do that dusting also. So that's why we have this habit of dusting in our daily routines. Okay. So, of course, if you have done some prayer or a puja or a havan, then you need not do the dusting, because therein you have invited, in fact, lot of positive energy. So you want them to be around you. So that you need not have to, because that energies can be around, like, So that way, dusting is also a very important part. It may sound very simple to do, and like, what dusting, but dusting does affect, our auras, like, because the aura is surrounded out of our body in these areas, and when a person is sitting, or with different moods and energies, they live in their aura imprints, so, and which we take, so dusting will help to release those energies of auras. Yeah. So do the dusting when you have big parties or something, or someone with a different intentions come to you, and then you can get it clear. Welcome back. To know more about different methods of aura cleansing. So today I'll speak about aroma. Aroma means smell. Okay. So there are different ways of aromas which you can use it. You can use it in the form of incense, oud, or aroma oil, or using it like, diffusers, like, we get different type of diffusers. We get candles, different type of candles. We get different type of herbs, and which you can burn, and then that create aromas. So, and now you get all these things very easy also in the market. Like, there are many sellers for this. So you can use different candles also, which different aromas they have it. So you can use incense or an aroma oil, and then like even get the sprinklers nowadays, for aura cleansing sprinklers, and there are different like for chakras, different chakras you have different sprinklers. So, or you can have around a diffuser, which you can add and let it run around. Then so these all smell gets into through our sense organs. So so your senses are getting very clear. So you're connected to all this, like various emotions, memories, with all these various smells. So somewhere we have all different smells, we have this connection with. So there are people who are very sensitive to smell also. You see, they can get immediately connect to that different smells, and have those different various emotions also. So you can see which best suits you. Like, you can use that aroma around yourself. Like we have lavender, mogra, jasmine, frankincense, rose. Like these are just the common ones. Like, which most of the people like it, but there are still many more. Like according to your issues, also you can have different aroma oils. You can use it. So go ahead and use these aroma oils. These are also very good aura cleansers. Now you get easy sprayers and diffusers also, where you can just cleanse yourself and your area also with these. So this is also a very good way of aura cleansing. Yeah. Thank you. Welcome back to aura cleansing session. Today I'll talk about sound. Sound I've spoken about in different ways. I've spoken about chanting, hearing, music. So all these also comes in sound also. But here now I'm talking about what is called as sound therapy. Okay. So sound therapy, when I'm talking about, these are the sounds, like, they radiate different frequencies. Okay. So we have that bowl and the bell sounds. So when they are played, they radiate at different frequencies, and they are, well, also different ways and sizes which you get. So they have different if you see the difference, you will really know how it sounds like. So there is a proper training also in sound therapy. So how, which bowl to use, how much frequency does it radiate, for which chakras you can use what, and how many times you have to ring that bell, or how to move the bell. So all these are proper training given on this. So for a start, if you want to do, you can always select a small bowl. I would suggest like playing a simple bowl or a bell, like which we use in the prayers like usually. So that is also fine. So you can even use that bells or prayers like for your aura cleansing. You can move that small bell also around you that way. So that will also help. Or bell and bowl. That is also a very good thing. So, but going in for complete sound bowl system, it should be done and learned with a proper professional. Okay? Not, and I would like to say, add to it, like, not all are comfortable to it. Some even have imbalances instead of balance. Okay? So, according to your need, the sound should be played. Because if you see, like, as I explained in the other also, when you have variations of mood, the sound have different ways, like, So you have to know that, like, sometimes it happens like if your some chakras are balanced and some are imbalanced, like, so you're adding it more to it because we wanted balance. We want, if we want to reduce it, we don't have to add more also. So when you're going in for sound therapy, you should know all these things also. So as I said earlier, the sound radiates frequencies, and these frequencies affect like our different areas of our life, like physical, mental, and our auric levels. So because we all have frequencies, everything is frequencies. So this sound radiate different frequencies, and it accordingly affects us. So that's why sometimes if you see some people like prefer having like their prayers also with dun, 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 lot of sound, and some people like just silence. They don't need that type of sound because they are that acceptance of sound is not for them. So you have to think what gels with you, which type of technique goes well with you. You can go ahead with that. So accordingly, you can select sound as your cleansing method. Yeah, but it has really had a lot of immediate effects also to some, like people get really recharged or relaxed also with it. So it's a very good therapy also, and good cleanser also. Yeah.